Smoking is its own thing. It's its own independent addiction, and it's a the nicotine withdrawal is quite a fight for people. It's very unpleasant to go through that process, and it's an issue that people, when they do stop, they're overwhelmingly likely to start again. So the average cigarette smoker has obviously attempted to quit, many hundreds of times and has failed. They have actually gotten through the nicotine withdrawals 8 times. 8 major attempts at stopping smoking is usually what is required to eventually actually stop. So very often people will stop for a year, and then they will start again, and then they will stop for 6 months, and then they will start again, and then they'll stop for 3 years, and then they'll start again. This is the typical pattern. This is an extremely difficult drug to get free of. Smoking is completely dominant with respect to health. Smoking is vastly more destructive to a person's health than a bad diet. So when anybody comes to me looking to try to get healthy, and they are smoking and they have problems with their diet, I tell them, I don't even want you to think about your diet. Your diet is not important here. The most important thing that you do is to stop smoking. So we do everything we can possibly do to get you to do that, because that is the dominant force in your health. So now that journey of stopping smoking is a private, individual dogfight of the first order. If I were to go back in time as a very young man and I wanted to be rich, I would have been smart to invest in the tobacco companies. What a racket! Okay, what an incredible racket this is. So it's so difficult for human beings to manage this. So I hear what you're saying. There's been many studies about trying to figure out how to help people do this. Everything from shock therapy to diet therapy to different drugs to block the effects of the withdrawal, etc. The truth of the matter is, it's tough business, and anybody that's ever going to try to stop smoking as a result of their doctor or anybody else coaching them is very likely to fail for a long period of time after they even begin a serious process of attempting to get off of it. So chit-chatting with our friends about this is we're trying to share with them, hey, what can I do to be helpful for you if you're trying to stop? That's great, but the truth is that if they're trying to stop, they're probably at the beginning step of a 5-year journey where they will probably not succeed. Okay? So I don't spend too much time talking about this other than to tell people that don't even think that there's anything as important that you could do for your health that even comes close to this. This is about a 10-year reduction of your life expectancy. Diet is about 3.6 years. So smoking is the big lion in the living room. And so and there's no trick other than sheer guts to get it done.
Would you say your feelings are attached to smoking? Very much so. Feelings are attached to smoking?
Well, it's drug addiction. So it's a drug addiction process, and the withdrawal is very disturbing. And the reintroduction of any drug once you're in withdrawal is a huge relief to the system. It's an immediate major relaxation. And so that's how smoking works. It's not working in terms of ancillary emotional responses in life. That's not where it's working. It's working its destruction and its difficulty through a constant process of a timing mechanism of classical conditioning where the person is expecting to get a dose of this drug about every hour, and if they don't get it, they go into withdrawal. And then by using a cigarette, it takes them out of withdrawal, and it's a tremendous relief. And so if they don't get it, they get anxious and they get agitated. Smoking is what it is. We've all watched it. We see people struggle with it. It doesn't matter how brilliant you are, and oftentimes it doesn't matter how determined you are. This is one difficult weed to pull, and there's no easy trick.